Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Crow. And I know we're just getting off of the situation with Quiet and Orion, but we have brand new accusations that are dropping this weekend. This accusation, though, actually has evidence behind it, which I think is really good. But word of caution to everybody, all right? Do not jump all over this. Do not claim that this is completely 100% proven. All right, if it's true, I really do feel terrible for this Evelyn girl, but I have to remind everybody of what happened with the Pro Jared situation, in which somebody who was a minor provided screenshots. And they were real screenshots, and everybody thought the guy was like a legitimate pedo and stuff. And then he provided screenshots to show that it was fake. Now, these messages, I don't think you can claim were taken out of context. So if they are real, this man is damned and he deserves to be damned. Because what it looks like is a very clear-cut case of grooming. Now, one thing very interesting that did happen. So these allegations dropped earlier today. As of tonight, the link does not work. The link is supposedly suspicious or something of that nature. It says it violates the terms of service. It looks like somebody has been reporting the link, which again, I don't think you can really attribute to this Kevin Hyper Potions, whatever. It could just be their fans seeing this and reporting it as soon as possible, but maybe they're involved in that somehow. I'm not going to make that jump just yet. I mean, we really just are hearing about this today. This document, and this is really weird, this person is Kevin's ex-wife. All right. But the relationship between them is really disturbing. All right. So I want to just go to the most important one. 2015 to 2017, grooming. When I was 15 years old, I met Kevin. I'm not even going to try to say that. Through a group chat with some mutual friends. We started talking privately through messages and video calls on Skype, and I began to suspect he had a crush on me. I was starstruck, but felt a little uneasy because he looked older than I was, like an adult. I asked him how old he was. He replied he was 24, and I told him I was 15. Now, these are the messages, okay? We have them dated. This took place in 2015 when they were 15. And we can see Kevin asking their age, them replying, and Kevin doesn't back off. All right. Look, if this was the only message, you could say, well, I mean, he's not immediately backing away, but then you get into the next one. OK, and he's clearly still interested. All right. He's clearly still interested. Talking about how he feels weird. And now she's saying don't feel weird. But the thing is, she's 15 years old. OK, she is fucking 15 years old. He is 9 years older. All right. This is disgusting. It's gross. It looks like grooming. So the only way Kevin gets out of this is if these messages here are fake. That is pretty much the only way that Kevin can defend himself from these accusations. I mean, really, it would be proving that the messages are fake because she has provided evidence. Okay, that evidence does show what I think many people would agree. Well, here's my problem. It may not actually have been illegal, and I'm going to explain why. And you guys aren't going to like it, but I don't know if there was something that legally could be done about this. Because yes, he's 25. Yes, you can see him in these messages talking about these dreams he's having of kissing her, which there's got to be something you could charge him with. I'm sure somebody in the comments can supply that information for us. I'm just seeing this stuff today as I got home. When I say this is grooming, he is not attempting to prepare this girl to come meet with him immediately. He's quite literally grooming her to be the perfect partner for him. Or at least that's how I would interpret this. And given that she is 15 fucking years old and he is 25, there's no Romeo and Juliet situation. They're close in age. They're 9 years separated. All right. There is no, oh, he's a young kid. He's 19 years old. No, he was 25. His brain is done developing. And well, I guess you could say he's 24, but no, we're not doing that. His brain is done developing for the most part, all right? He should know it's wrong. He acknowledges that the conversations are wrong and yet continues to have them. The messages here are gross. They are creepy. If they are real, this Kevin person belongs in, well, let me stop myself from saying that because, for one, I don't want to get arrested. But for two, we do need to wait and make sure that this is legitimate. But they did provide something else to the story, and I don't see anything to back this up. But I am curious about it. My mother found out about the relationship and she was furious. I was grounded and forbidden from talking to him. She had contacted the police and tried to get law enforcement involved, but they didn't do anything. I became bitter and angry and started to sneak around and find ways to talk to Kevin. Now, this is the thing. If the mother contacted the police in 2015, then, we could actually get the report of that incident. Potentially, all right? If you have that, I would say that would also completely 100% final nail in the coffin. But again, the only defense for Kevin is that he can prove that these messages are fake and they didn't happen. But the problem is, all right, if they are real and he tries to claim that they are fake, this girl has those messages. She should be able to just screen record from her phone and prove that they are real. I don't believe that these are fake, if I'm being completely honest. These don't, like, I've seen a lot of faked text messages, fake DM conversations. These look legitimate to me, but I'm sure that there's some sort of hyper Photoshop expert who can confirm the details and the authenticity of the messages. I'm just hearing about it tonight. I wanted to put out a video for tomorrow, letting you guys know what's going on here, letting you know that somebody tried to get the Google Doc taken down. I'll put a link to the Dropbox in the description so you guys can check it out for yourself and go through it. There is more here. This is only halfway through. But I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I get, they're also saying that Kevin is abusive, and they're claiming that while they were married, Kevin had sexually assaulted them on multiple occasions. Now, there's nothing that, there's a couple of messages here, right? And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that means that they are lying. What I am saying is I have like text messages that show that this man at 24 years old was flirting with a 15-year-old and preparing her, literally fucking grooming. All right? I'm not saying that means let's just dismiss everything else and it doesn't matter. This is the most key thing here, the most substantial thing here that she has direct proof of in this Dropbox link, which you should check out for yourself, because the rest of the story lets you know, like, this person's mindset. And yeah, like, if this is all true, Kevin is a very, very horrible and terrible human being. I think right off the bat, though, just this alone, this is, you're done. You're absolutely done. You're 24 with a 15-year-old, okay? You can claim, oh, I only had sex when she was, I know it's like later in the document, but like, you can claim, I had sex the moment she was at age of consent. I didn't do it any earlier. Man, that's wrong, okay? That is 100% wrong. A grown adult talking to somebody who is 15 years old and waiting until he can get them to age of consent in their state is really fucking creepy, all right? It's really fucking disgusting. It's absolutely gross. To me, that's grooming, that's predatory, all right? I'm not saying, and I want to be very clear because I know that there's going to be some other idiot, I'm not saying like the Keemstar thing is the same as this shit, okay? If he were 29, okay, and he meets her when she is 18, it's whatever to me, okay? At that point, legally consenting adult. But the fact that at 20 fucking 4, this piece of human trash allegedly I had to still say allegedly. I do believe the messages are real, okay? But the only way out of this situation for this idiot is these need to be proven to be false. And I don't believe that that will be the case. But we will see. We will see, because somebody is trying to bury it, okay? And that's going to cause even more people to pay attention to it. So maybe this is just a really good and elaborate operation against Kevin to ruin his reputation. And I will say that has literally happened before, okay? That's what I'm saying. Like it potentially that could be the case here. But at the same time, man, that is a long stretch. That's a really long stretch. I think that even if you wait a couple of weeks and that winds up being the case, man, these messages are damning. These messages are really damning. And honestly, if there is no response to this or even an acknowledgement of it, then I try to be neutral and I try to be skeptical until, I can directly ascertain what happened, and I'm just hearing about this right now. But at the exact same time, these look authentic. They do. And you can read them for yourself, okay? You can read them on the screen for yourself. So anyways, guys, I know it's a little bit weird because we're just getting off the back of Quite an Orion. And if I'm being honest, I think the only person that this would benefit on the internet, other than the person dropping the accusation, getting it off their chest, would be it's going to be Orion, right? Because this is going to take all of the oxygen out of the room, and people are immediately going to forget about that person. But I guess we have the next accusations of 2023, but these look damning and the evidence looks strong.